Today we will be looking at the Alzheimer's Association Central New York chapters, programs and services, and we'll be looking at ways that we can provide support to anyone impacted by any form of dementia. We will first start off by looking at the mission of the Alzheimer's Association. The mission of the Alzheimer's Association is to eliminate Alzheimer's disease through the advancement of research, to provide and enhance care and support for all affected, and to reduce the risk of dementia through the promotion of brain health. We often get questions about what does the symbol of the Alzheimer's Association mean? If you look at the image on the screen, you will see that our symbol outlines the care that we provide for individuals, and it also outlines the beaker. It outlines the science, the research that we use to research a new cure, treatment, prevention, but also it really lays our foundation of the way that we are able to provide education and support. So I just want to outline some of the facts that really stick out. Alzheimer's is the sixth leading cause of death in the United States. And at this point, we know that there are over 5 million Americans living with Alzheimer's disease. And these numbers are projected to rise to nearly 14 million if we are unable to find a form of cure, prevention, or treatment. We also know that 1 in 3 seniors will die with Alzheimer's or some form of dementia. We know that caregivers provide an estimated of over 18 billion hours of care, and that's valued at about $234 billion. There are currently more than 16 million Americans that provide unpaid care for somebody with Alzheimer's disease or another form of dementia. A common question that we get is, what is the difference between Alzheimer's and dementia? Is it the same? Is it different? So we like to refer to this slide here, and when we talk about dementia, we really look at dementia as an umbrella term. Dementia is something that describes the overriding set of symptoms that are severe enough to impact somebody's everyday life. But dementia itself is not a disease. Again, dementia is those set of symptoms. And when we talk about Alzheimer's, we often hear those two words used interchangeably. Alzheimer's disease accounts for about 70 to 80% of all dementia-like symptoms, which may be why we hear that one talked about most frequently. But we know there's also dementia with Lewy bodies. Individuals with Lewy bodies disease may have symptoms present that are similar to what you will see with Alzheimer's, though you may see those cognitive changes. But individuals with Lewy bodies may also experience physical changes such as tremors, shakes. There's also vascular dementia. Vascular dementia can occur when there's poor blood flow from the heart to the brain. It can also occur after mini strokes, those mini TIAs, or any type of significant damage to a person's brain. And then we talk about frontotemporal dementia. Frontotemporal dementia may often be referred to as younger onset. And this is where we hear about individuals being diagnosed age 65 and younger. We know that there are individuals who may be impacted by this, and we're here to provide support for folks no matter what type of dementia, no matter what stage. In New York State, we have 7 different chapters, and more importantly, we have chapters all across the United States. When we look at the coalition of New York State's Alzheimer's Association chapters, we separate them by region. The Central New York chapter covers 14 different counties, and we are located in Syracuse, New York. However, just because our physical office is located in Syracuse, we are virtually all over. We provide education programs, support groups, care consultations, all the way down from the Broome County, Binghamton border, all the way up north to the St. Lawrence Canadian border. We also have our sister chapters in Western New York, Rochester and Finger Lakes, Northeastern New York City, Hudson Valley, and Long Island. But I do want to reiterate, if you do know a loved one in any other state, Florida, Texas, California, no matter where it may be, if you know somebody impacted by dementia, whether they're a care partner, whether they are somebody who is living through the disease, we can provide them support and get them connected to the chapter that is most local to them. Some of the most common reasons that people reach out to us is starting off with disease information. People can contact us as soon as they are really noticing warning signs in themselves, in a friend or a family member, or maybe it's to learn more about the disease for their own job and for their career. So we can provide that disease education from warning signs to the early stages and all the way through the late stage. And we can help get individuals connected to proper and necessary services throughout that as well. We do a lot of emotional support for folks, as Alzheimer's is not an easy process. And it's not something that anyone can or should do alone. Caregiver stress is very real, and it can be very straining on the person, on the family member. And we want to make sure that we are able to allow individuals that time to talk about stress, concerns, and enforcing that we all need respite, and we need to lean on one another, other organizations, and really build a large care team. We also have programs and information on legal and financial options, support services. We can provide you with listings to elder law attorneys and try and get you pointed in the best direction and giving you the tools that you need to be successful. We're able to provide families with assistance with certain safety concerns. So we do often get questions on how can I help keep my home safe for my loved one. So we're able to provide some of those home safety tips, home adaptation advice, and getting individuals pointed in that direction. But we also have a service called Medic Alert, where we are able to provide families with a caregiver, jewelry, and jewelry for the person living with dementia, which we like to focus on how can we be proactive in the case that somebody with dementia wanders. We know that at any point, 6 out of 10 individuals with Alzheimer's disease may wander, and you never know when, if it will happen. So we want to be able to provide that assistance and be proactive rather than reactive in a situation. We're able to help individuals look at different types of care options, providing tips and resources and listings for those. We get many questions on how do I keep my loved one engaged and how do I support them with activities of daily living. We like to be able to provide information and education to family members and friends on the best approaches to assisting their loved one with dressing, with cooking, and focusing on how we can help you and your family members stay as independent as long as possible. We're able to guide individuals through dementia-related behaviors that may or may not arise throughout the disease process, looking at best approaches and best ways to help our loved ones feel comfortable. We also know that communication plays a large role in the Alzheimer's and dementia journey. Communication becomes key for everybody in the care team involved, and we provide those strategies and techniques, a lot of tips on how to best approach communication as it changes, and even looking at how communication and behaviors tie in so largely, especially as the disease progresses. We talk to folks about certain end-of-life issues that will arise as we all age, but most importantly, we focus on the importance of advanced planning and making sure that the person with dementia is involved in that process and how we can involve them to hear their goals and their preferences so that we can reduce burden or stress towards end of life and focus on how the person with dementia wants their care plans and life plans to be made out. We're also able to help individuals through family conflict. During high stress times, there may be disagreements on what is best or not best for your loved one's care, and we're able to provide those care consultation services for family members whenever any conflict or disagreements arise. Most importantly, what we do with compassion. We're living the devastation of Alzheimer's alongside those who are affected, and we want to alleviate their challenges wherever and however we can. We do this through our information services. We're able to provide individuals listings of different home health care aids, different types of care options, transportation, meal delivery, different doctors, neurologists. We have care consultation services, which allows both the care partner and the person with disease to receive that emotional support and receive that one-on-one education related to their specific situation. Some individuals prefer that one-on-one time, and essentially it is us chatting and having a cup of coffee and doing what we can to help guide you through that journey. We also have support groups for care partners as well as individuals in the early stages of Alzheimer's disease. Our support groups allow individuals to connect with those who are going through a similar experience. It allows individuals to create that bond and sometimes even a friendship and helping each other guide through what worked, what didn't work, what was frustrating, and how did I get through that. And while we have individuals learning from one another. We also have education programs for individuals with the disease, for family caregivers, or just anyone in the general public who wants to learn more. We have trainings for professional caregivers and follow how we can provide individuals with dementia the best experience through best practices. All of this information can be accessed online. We have a variety of different online services, from learning about basics information of Alzheimer's and dementia to some of our different services such as ALZ Connected. ALZ Connected allows individuals from all across the country to participate in an online messaging forum that outlines the different programs that they may have sat through. It outlines different topics that caregivers across the country may have experienced or may have questions on. We have a site called Community Resource Finder. On Community Resource Finder, that is where we're able to connect individuals with resources in their area, or if they have a loved one in a different state, city, they're able to look for what resources may be closest and the best option for them. We have a 24-hour helpline, which individuals can call 2 a.m., Christmas Eve, any time of day, any day of the week. Individuals can call if they are having a tough time understanding a behavior, or if they saw something on the news and read an article online, but they just want to know whether or not those facts and information are correct. Individuals can call if they just need a listening ear. You will always reach one of our live team members any time of day, any day of the week. And as previously mentioned, we have support for wandering, and knowing that 60% of individuals with Alzheimer's may wander at some point, always feel free to contact us and ask us how we can get you started with that medical alert. We provide coverage of the cost for both the caregiver and the person with dementia's jewelry. Give us a call and we can help guide you through that process. The Alzheimer's Association knows the importance of social engagement and social activity for individuals with dementia. We know that remaining social helps to maintain the quality of life for the person. We have events called ALZ Together. And really, it's a chance to do something special together outside of the house without having to plan, without having to pay for it. And we never have to worry about if it will be appropriate, accessible, or stimulating. We know that for the individual with the disease, sometimes social settings can be difficult. It can be overwhelming. And we have our staff there, and we work with organizations that are able to provide the best experience, and we're able to cover the cost for individuals. It allows caregivers that chance to get out of the house and do something fun. If you have questions about our different social engagement programs, definitely reach out to us at our local chapter or through that 24-hour helpline. And we're optimistic. We hold all of these programs and services because we have a positive outlook that's fueled by hope. It is fueled by the knowledge that we can achieve our goals by working with purpose under the guidance of our mission. As mentioned, a large part of our mission is driven by the research, and we have a service called Trial Match. Trial Match allows individuals to create a profile, and you can either create a profile to generally see what types of studies are out there, but also you can see how you're able to participate in studies and help us get closer to a cure, to get closer to a treatment. The Alzheimer's Association has received increased funding over the last few years for research, and we want to make sure that we have the people in them to participate and help us get one step closer. So we don't want to just hope for a cure. We need your help to find one. If you're interested in participating in Trial Match, you can visit alz.org/trialmatch. All of our studies, all of our programs, all of our services are inclusive. We work together knowing that we can go further and we can go faster. By joining with volunteers and our partners, we amplify our strength and accelerate our efforts. If you're interested in getting involved with the Alzheimer's Association, you can do so by being an advocate and help us go to Albany, help us go to Washington, D.C. to push for policy and push for that funding for all of our research programs, services. You can become a volunteer with us. We have a variety of different volunteer opportunities, from helping us with some of our largest events like our Walk to End Alzheimer's. Or you can come and help us at our office. You can help us volunteer with education programs and facilitating support groups. We have social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That is always a really great way to stay up to date on what we're doing. We post when our education programs and support groups are occurring. We also like to post general disease information as well as relevant information in the community. So check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to stay in the loop and stay up to date with us. As a reminder, you can always contact us at 800-272-3900 or visit our website at alz.org/CNY. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day.